Today I have got the Hip Kit Club unboxing for you for the January 2020 kit. I was getting my kits through since I subscribed in the fall, and November and December were just a bit too busy for me to get to using them very much, although I've got some projects going and maybe I'll get to showing you them later. But before January is over, I thought I would actually get a video done and show you what I've got going on with this kit so far. So as you can see, it's packaged in their lovely tissue paper as usual, and actually this month I'm going to save that tissue paper and I'm going to put it to use. So if you stick around to the end of the video, you'll see two projects where I actually do go ahead and use some of that tissue paper. And then I did order the extra cardstock pack this month, and that was the only extra thing I got because, like I said, I've got a couple of kits that are waiting for me to get to. So I'm going to pull these out and give you a peek at all the cardstock. All of it this time is the basil cardstock as usual, and I'm not sure why this paper doesn't have a branding strip on it like the other basil, but I went and looked it up and it's definitely basil, and this one's called Cotton Candy, just a general soft pink color. And the next one we have here, and I will lift up each of the papers so you can get a look at the names for yourself. This one is called Star Mist, just kind of a baby blue color that goes very well with that kind of baby pink color. And then the third color we've got here is called Blossom, so this one is more of a peachy tone. And like usual, there's two sheets of each of these cardstocks in the extra cardstock pack. And then we just have a white, and the color is just called white, and that will come to good use. And so moving on, we have this glimmery cardstock that is called Prince Charming, and I really enjoyed the sparkle on this one. So if you hang around to the end, you'll see where I kind of use one of these sheets right away in a project. And this next color is called Smoky. This is actually one of my favorite gray cardstocks, and I have another project going with, I believe it's the November hip kit, and I threw in my own stash of gray cardstock to that kit to put a project together, but I ran out, so I'm going to take this Smoky out of this kit and move it over to that one. And then we have another sheet of glimmer cardstock, and this one's actually called Sparkle. I don't know how you choose to call this one Sparkle when I'm sure there's other cardstocks that sparkle, but hey, I don't make up the names. Here we go. We've got the final set of cardstocks here, and this one's Lemonade. And so a range of pinks and blues for this kit. And I'll set the embellishments aside for the moment, and we'll go through the pattern papers first. There's a lot of Pink Fresh Studio and Pink Paisley this time, and this first one is Pink Fresh, My Favorite Story collection, and that is called Bloom and Grow. I really do like those florals on the front with some colored in and some empty, and I can have some imaginings for that one. And the back side is just kind of a minty color. And here I'll lay the pattern papers out with the side that I think I will put to the most use. Who knows what will actually happen, but this is what I imagine as I look through the kit. And I love this paper. This is another Pink Fresh. It's the Super Cool collection, and it's called Be Right Back. And I know right away what I'm going to do with that paper. The back side is a lovely gray stripe, and while I do love general neutral stripes, polka dots, whatever, I think I'm going to use that text side. Moving on, we've got another Pink Fresh. This is from My Favorite Story, and it's called Best Chapter. Nice little color blocking there, and it has a little bit of a grid hint, kind of a grid print hint on it, and I can imagine using that side for several things, so we'll see what happens with it. Moving on, we've got a Pink Paisley paper, and that's from Lucky Us, and that's paper number 7. And it's a general text print with some of the text definitely highlighted. And then the back side has hearts and clovers on it, so we kind of go from Valentine's Day right into St. Patrick's Day for March. I'm not a big clover user, so I wouldn't imagine I would use that side, but who knows. I'll leave this side up for now. Next we have Pink Fresh from the My Favorite Story collection, and this one's called Favorite Story. Um, this side is a nice general usable pattern, and the other side is a bold black stripes. I could see using both sides, but maybe because there is so much softness in this kit, I might throw in some of that bold stripe at some point. And then we've got Pink Paisley and the Lucky Us collection again. This is paper 8. I really like these ombre, kind of repeated ombre hearts. And the back side is a nice usable stripe. And again, I can see myself using both sides, but those hearts kind of make my heart beat faster. So I think I'll probably put that side to use. And then here is a Pink Fresh Studio. Again, My Favorite Story. And this one's called Joyful Heart. Love the rainbows. Very nice. And the other side is just a simple pink polka dot, but I've got to use those rainbows. How could you not? And then coming up, we have this star print, and that is from the Pink Fresh, and this is My Favorite Story again, and that one's called Beauty of Simplicity. And the back side's just a pink print, and since I don't use a lot of pink anyway, I'm definitely going to go for those stars. And then here we have the Pink Fresh Super Cool, and this one's called Highlights. And I love this text print. I do like that pink grid on the back, but I can imagine using this text print for sure. And then we've got another, I guess this is our final sheet, another Pink Fresh from My Favorite Things. And this one's called Looking for Sunshine. And I love the rainbows. Anything rainbow these days has got me excited. So those are all the pattern papers and the cardstocks, and we will move on to the embellishments. I'm going to speed us up a little bit as we go through the embellishments, and here's the super cool collection from Pink Fresh, just a general puffy alphabet, and then this is the My Favorite Story collection, and this is a puffy word set, and so those are all really usable. And then My Favorite Story again with these, what are they called? Chipboard flare, I believe is what they call them. I really like these. I think I've actually kind of missed the flare trend that was popular for a while, and I like these chipboard pieces. So here is the Hip Kit exclusive ephemera pack, and I will just kind of sort through these pieces so you can get a little bit of a look at them. And I tend to kind of sort them by category as I'm looking at them to get an overall idea about what's in there. So there's a lot of wintry items in this pack, and a lot of words having to do with New Year's and celebrating and kind of seasonal things. And then the icons also have some of that wintry New Year vibe with, there's still some reindeer in there, some cocktails and like champagne bottles for celebrating New Year's. There's not too many of these general pieces, little flags and camera icons and arrows that I find, just very usable all for any kind of layout. So this has definitely got more theme to it than what I can generally use. So we'll see how far this little ephemera pack takes me. We haven't had any snow here this year, which I'm kind of bummed about because I would love to put those snowflakes to good use, but so far no snow. I really like that little clock, and actually if you stick around to the end, you'll see how I put that to use on a layout. And so this is the Hip Kit ephemera pack, and we will pack that up in just a moment here and move on to the next item. But before we go, I wanted to tell you about these are like stamp pockets that are by Totally Tiffany, or the brand is Easy20, which means easy to organize. And I got these in another kit, and I'll link up in the corner there to the video where I show you where I got these. But I'm thinking I'm going to use these moving forward to organize my kit items, because I don't like getting in and out of those little packages, and I thought this little pouch would be much more convenient. We'll see if it spills on me. I'm hoping that it won't be too much of a problem with it tipping and spilling, especially since I keep it in a box, which I'll show you in a minute. So here's the ephemera pack from Pink Fresh, and this is the My Favorite Story collection. And this one is, to me, is very usable. It's got a lot of general little sayings, a couple of these bolder words. You can see the word happy up there in the corner. We'll get to a couple of other bolder words. Some tickets, some florals, so just a really nice mix of kind of general themes going on. And I will just let you take a peek at these. That one actually says lucky. Trying not to leave you with silence, but also trying not to talk over everything too much so you can get a look at all these. I love those little hexagon icons over there. And in just a moment, oh, there's that camera. I really, really like that little camera. So definitely things that I will use and enjoy in this pack. And this little word says go. And there it is. All right, and if you give me a second here, I'm going to lift it up so you can kind of get a close-up view, especially of some of those words. If you want to pause the video, you can try and read all of those little tags if you're interested to see what's in this pack, either because you want the hip kit or because you just want to go order that ephemera pack, which should be available in stores. But wait, as I was sorting through the papers, I found another piece of embellishment that I had missed before. So these are some pink paisley enamel dots, and they have a bit of sparkle to them. So this is how I store my kits. This is a Sterilite 3-drawer unit, and it's actually marketed towards paper crafters, which is kind of nice. You don't see a lot of standard storage containers that are actually keeping paper crafters in mind. And it's nice because these drawers are big enough to fit the branding strips on the 12 by 12 papers, so they definitely hit the mark there with that one. And so I just stack all of my supplies up and tuck them into these drawers. And I have several sets of drawers because I do a lot of kit stuff. And it's really convenient to just tuck everything in there. And I've got all my embellishments and stuff tucked in there. And then as I'm working on projects, I tuck those in there and I can just pull the drawer in and out as I'm working. So speaking of projects, I have just 3 quick ones for you that I've managed to pull from this kit. And you can see here's my drawer, and I just tuck things in that drawer. There's room for things in progress as I'm working. And so if I just need to clean up for the evening, I can just tuck everything in, put my drawer away, and I'm good to go. So this makes it convenient for cleaning up or moving things out of the way when I need to work on something else. And so I just have 3 quick projects for you. This first one is a card. Now usually I make cards at the end of a kit when I've got just the leftover pieces done after I've used up most of what I can for layouts. But I have a special birthday coming up, so I wanted to throw together a quick card, and I just used some of the letters and I cut apart that sheet that had a lot of words on it and just used those to put together a quick birthday card. And so I really liked how this one came out. All right, I will set that card aside, and then up next I've got a layout for you. And this is one of the pieces where I put that tissue paper from the packaging to use. And then I've got more of these words from that sheet. And so I'm just going to end up cutting all those words out and using them. And here on my title, you can see it says regionals, and I actually picked and chose different letters from other words on that sheet to finish off my title. So I find that sheet really, really usable for lots of different things. And I've got my journaling going around the edge, which is something that I really like to do. Now, I did end up putting embellishments in 4 corners, which I don't know what I was thinking. That actually, I find that kind of distracting because my eye just tends to follow the embellishments around the page and it doesn't zone into the picture in the middle, but it is what it is. So here is my last project, and I put some more of that tissue paper to use on this layout, and some of those cute embellishments and that little word go. And this paper, which I really, really loved, kind of had that texting theme to it, and since I had this picture of a text conversation I had with my daughter that I found really funny, I put this paper to good use. Now I wouldn't have necessarily used that bold green of my photo with these more pastel colors, but you know what? It doesn't matter. If that photo was really bugging me, I could go back and turn it to black and white or desaturate it or something. I'm just going to leave it. I wouldn't put these colors together ordinarily, but when you just have a paper you love, you just got to go with it. And it fit very well with this story. So those are my projects for this month. If you are interested in these kits, I know the January main kit is still available on the website. The cardstock kit, when I just looked, has sold out already, so that's no longer available. But go check out Hip Kit Club and find some goodies over there, because you could buy them one off or you could sign up for a subscription. And it's been fun getting the kits in the mail every month and seeing what kind of goodies are surprising me. So I will see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and get notifications for my future videos.